Toyota is about to revolutionize the automotive industry with a game-changing engine that's going to send traditional EVs packing. Toyota is unveiling something completely out of left field: a water-powered engine. Just think about a car that runs on water. Forget about plugging in your electric car or hunting down charging stations. With Toyota's new engine, all you need is water and you're good to go. Unlike those backyard tinkerers with limited budgets, Toyota has gone all in on this project. They've poured in the resources, the brainpower, and the sheer determination to make this water-powered dream a reality. With Toyota's water engine, you've got a clean, green mean machine that's ready to take on the world. Toyota's engineers have been hard at work developing a water-powered internal combustion engine that's set to change the game. This water engine is a bit like a HHO generator, but with some fancy upgrades that make it perfect for everyday use in our trusty vehicles. Now, picture the Toyota Yaris GLH2's hydrogen combustion engine. It's pretty impressive, right? Well, our water engine is cut from the same cloth, but with a twist. Instead of using pre-processed hydrogen, this one does all the heavy lifting itself. Through a process called electrolysis, the engine works its mojo to separate water into its component parts, hydrogen and oxygen. It's like breaking down the H2O molecules into their elemental form, all thanks to some clever chemistry. Inside the engine, there are these electrodes chilling a tank full of water. When things get heated up, these electrodes start zapping around the water with high voltages, kicking off the electrolysis. As water molecules get zapped, they split into hydrogen and oxygen, ready to power our ride into the future. Now, let's talk about one of the coolest perks of this water engine: the storage tank situation. You see, since the hydrogen is chilling out within the water itself, we don't need those bulky armored plate tanks like what you see in FCEVs and hydrogen combustion engines. Say goodbye to lugging around heavy tanks that weigh a ton. Literally. Why? Well, because hydrogen on its own is a bit of a rebel. It's hard to keep contained. But when it's snugly nestled within the water, it behaves itself just fine. It's like having your own personal bodyguard for the hydrogen molecules, keeping them in line, ready to power your ride. Once the hydrogen gets separated from its oxygen buddy, it's game time. It heads over to the engine, ready to combust and unleash some serious power. It's kind of like how compressed natural gas engines work: efficient, clean, and ready to hit the road. But because hydrogen is a bit of a hotshot, the engine components need to be beefed up to handle its fiery nature. Despite all the high security measures, this water engine still manages to keep things eco-friendly. Forget about hunting down charging stations or waiting hours for your EV to juice up. With this water engine, all you need is access to some good diluted water, and you're golden. And the best part? It'll cost you next to nothing. Say goodbye to those painful trips to the gas station, because this engine is as wallet-friendly as it gets. With this water engine leading the charge, we're looking at a future where the need for extracting oil becomes a distant memory. No more digging up rare metals from the earth. No more pollution of water sources or soil. No more uninhabitable areas surrounding mines. Just pure clean progress. Alright, let's break it down and compare these water engines to their hydrogen-powered cousins, the hydrogen combustion engine and FCEVs. Sure, they're all marketed as zero emissions, but when you look under the hood, you'll see the water engines are in a league of their own. First off, let's talk about storage, a crucial aspect when dealing with hydrogen. Storing water? Piece of cake. You can practically use any old plastic container lying around. But storing hydrogen alone? Now, that's a whole different ballgame. It's like trying to tame a wild beast. It requires specific conditions, constant monitoring, and a hefty dose of cash. Those tanks need to be armored up like a medieval knight, ready to battle any irregularities. And don't even get us started on storing hydrogen outside of the car. It's like trying to keep a snowflake intact in the middle of a desert. Practically impossible. You need ideal temperature conditions, static surroundings, and tanks that could withstand a meteor strike. It's a logistical nightmare, not to mention a drain on your bank account. But here's where water engines swoop in to save the day. With just a trip to the supermarket, or a bit of basic chemistry know-how, you can have all the distilled water you need to keep your engine running smoothly. No expensive processors, no armored tanks, just pure simple H2O. So when you add up the costs and headaches associated with hydrogen storage, it's no wonder that water engines are the clear winner. They're easier, cheaper, and more practical in every way. So, sorry hydrogen, but it looks like water has stolen the spotlight this time. And once you experience the simplicity and efficiency of a water engine, you'll never look back. Now, let's talk dollars and cents, because when it comes to hydrogen, the costs can really add up. Storing hydrogen is no cheap feat. And guess what? That expense gets passed down to you, the consumer. So why would anyone shell out the big bucks for a hydrogen car when they could stick to cheaper options like EVs or good old-fashioned fossil-fueled vehicles? Sure, they might seem like the new kid on the block, but they're more than just a green dream. They're ready to hit the road and take you on a ride of your life. Don't be fooled into thinking water engines are gutless wonders. They pack a punch that rivals even the mightiest gasoline engines. In fact, they can generate up to 3 times more energy than their fossil-fueled counterparts. That's right, we're talking serious power under the hood. But here's the real game changer: safety. With no highly combustion fuel sloshing around inside your car, you can kiss those fiery nightmares goodbye. Say goodbye to worrying about your car going up in flames or turning into a fireworks display gone wrong. With a water engine, you're cruising in the lap of safety. And let's not forget about the production costs. Water engines are like the lean, mean machines of the automotive world. Simple, efficient, and also affordable to produce. Compared to the complex beasts that are EVs and FCEVs, water engines are a breeze to manufacture. And that's not just good news for your wallet, it's a game changer for countries that are still finding their footing in the world of motorization. So are water engines the real deal? You can bet your bottom dollar they are. They're powerful, safe, and affordable. Everything you could ever want in a car, and then some. So get ready to leave these fossil-fueled dinosaurs in the dust, because the water engine revolution is here to stay. An Iranian scientist, armed with nothing but determination and a Peugeot 405, decided to take matters into his own hand and convert his car to run on water. And you know what? He actually pulled it off, turning his humble ride into a true technological marvel. Now, if one man in a shed can transform an old jalopy into a water-powered wonder, just imagine what Toyota could accomplish with the right funding and resources. We're talking about taking this innovative concept to the next level, and then some. Not only are water engines a breeze to produce, but they're also incredibly economical. We're talking 30 to 40 miles per gallon of water, figures that would make any petrol engine blush with envy. And when you consider that water engines could potentially achieve over 80 miles per gallon, all while packing a punch that rivals gasoline engines, the cost savings are nothing short of jaw-dropping. While water engines might seem like the stuff of dreams, they're not without their challenges. Logistical issues, experimental technology, and reliability concerns have all plagued past prototypes, casting doubt on their everyday usability. And let's not forget about safety. With hydrogen in the mix, there's always a risk of leaks or potential hazards. It's a delicate balancing act that requires careful attention to detail and rigorous testing. But here's where things take a dark turn. You see, the powers that be, the oil conglomerates, the lithium mining giants, they're not exactly thrilled about the prospect of water engines shaking up the status quo. Rumors abound of threats, bribes, and even foul play aimed at silencing those who dare to challenge the dominance of fossil fuels. Take Stanley Allen Meyer, for example, the man behind the first fully functioning water-powered car. His outspoken advocacy for water engines earned him more than a few enemies, and some believe his untimely demise was no accident. So while we'd love to see Toyota spearheading the change for water engines, the reality is far murkier. If they are indeed working on such a project, it's likely shrouded in secrecy, a closely guarded secret that may never see the light of day. Well, what are your thoughts on this? Do let us know in the comments section, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe before you go. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.